What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Review for Demon Slayer Season 2. This is episode 9, and with me, as always, I have Blue Spade.
hmm Yeah, wow. I mean, Ufotable's really stepping up their ante. I guess trying to finish off strong with the season. I guess almost coming to a close.
Yeah, I mean, this whole episode was pretty much just... I mean, I would say it was pretty much on par in terms of the animation with the, with the last episode. Like, it didn't feel like... it really didn't feel like it was any better or worse in particular. Like, it was just kind of... I mean, it had the same, like... It had some pretty standout moments too, and I mean, it was pretty impressive. But I mean, we did get more character moments in this episode as well, like with a lot of these flashbacks we were getting with Tengen in particular. And a lot of it kind of made me concerned because once you start, doing a lot of that, it makes me think that that's like just a huge death flag for a character. Like they're gonna kill him off because, they're showing all these like emotional moments between Tengen and his wives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then there's also there it could play out another way as well because one of his wives, I think it was Hinatsuru who suggested that once we kill off one of the upper ranked demons, we should go into retirement and live out normal lives. So
Yeah.
that could hint at something else as well. And then of course that's when the episode picks up where the last episode left off with Tengen and Tanjiro basically about to decapitate Gyutaro, but of course, unfortunately, he still ends up regenerating his legs pretty quickly, despite the fact that the kunai that was laced with whatever poison that was tried to stop his regeneration, but he still regenerated anyway, and pretty much it continues the fight from then on in.
Yeah, I think we all knew that they weren't going to be able to cut off his head.
Yeah, and so pretty much just it's just pretty much action throughout the entirety of the episode, and it gets to several points of the episode where I think Hinatsuru is about to get killed by Gyutaro, and Tengen goes to tries to help her, but unfortunately, like I think it was Daki's obi sashes stop him from getting any closer, and Tanjiro is just like contemplating how he's gonna get up there quickly to save her. So he tries to use his his fire breathing technique, but he doesn't have enough stamina to use it. So instead of that, he somehow manages to merge both his water breathing and fire breathing techniques at the same time to save Hinatsuru from Gyotaro's grasp.
Yeah, and it's basically like he tries to fend off her more of her obi sashes and tries to defend Hinatsuru, and of course at the same time Inosuke and Inosuke and Zenitsu are also like basically trying to fend them off and trying to get close to her, but of course they can't because that's kind of the main thing is they're trying to get close to her to cut off her head, but there's just way too many of her obi sashes are trying to stop them, and they can't get close.
Yeah, and that's when Tanjiro steps in to join them to help fight off Daki, and it gets into an incredibly like fast-paced but very well animated sequence. Against the fight against Daki. I mean, just the overall, not just the overall animation, but how well they like in the last episode they repeatedly rotate the camera consistently. But of course, they match the animation style of where the camera is panning to where all the other characters are.
Yeah, it just kind of gives the this pretty good sense of like momentum or movement in the scene with how the camera is just constantly moving around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it finally gets to the point where Inosuke first off, Zenitsu and Tanjiro are fighting off Daki's obi sashes, while Inosuke himself is just basically just charging in like head first, taking some amount of damage at the same time, but he manages to get close enough to to get up to Daki, and then just basically he just instead of just slicing off her head, he just saws it off.
Yeah, like because Daki was going on about how it was like how he wouldn't easily be able to like decapitate her, or like her, I guess her flesh would be too tough for it to cut through. But then he just like starts sawing into her head.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, and of course, once again, Daki's once again decapitated. But like we stated in the previous episodes, it's not going to be enough to kill her. I mean, you still need to cut off Gyutaro's head, at the same time. So instead of allowing Daki to regenerate or reattach her head, Inosuke just basically just runs away from it as far away as possible.
Yeah, I thought that was actually an interesting idea, just for Inosuke to try to run off with her head.
Yeah,
but of course, as we know, like, well, I guess we didn't really expect this because we kind of figured, like, because I mean, most of the episode it seemed like Tengen was keeping Gyotaro busy so that he wouldn't try this, but we kind of get taken by surprise, because of course Gyotaro catches up with Inosuke and tries to stop him because he has his sister's head, which we didn't really expect because as far as we knew, Tengen was keeping him busy. But of course, as we've come to find out, Tengen is he apparently got defeated off screen and he's not looking so good.
Yeah, and we see his left arm just pretty much dismembered at this point, and he's like pretty much down on the ground, almost like if he was dead or something.
Yeah.
And then things just keeps turning to the for the worst. Well, pretty much. I think there was like some kind of explosion that ends up happening at the same time, and Zenitsu pushes Tanjiro away from it, and of course the episode just ends with Tanjiro just falling to the ground, and that's it.
Well, yeah, and of course we saw Inosuke get stabbed, and now apparently he's also poisoned. So yeah, Tengen is poisoned, and now Inosuke is too, and he'd also been stabbed in a fatal area too. I think it looked like he got stabbed in the chest or stabbed in the heart, but
through his entire chest.
Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna come back from that. Like, it just left off on a really terrible cliffhanger. I mean, I'm pretty sure them being like the main characters, they're not gonna die, but I mean, it's just you have to wonder, like, I mean, what's gonna happen. I mean, not only was he poisoned, but he was stabbed in a pretty bad, in a place most people won't be able to survive. So I kind of wonder what's gonna happen after this. I'm really curious now to know.
Not to mention being stabbed through the chest with a poison blade. That's even worse. But I mean, you have to wonder, like, what exactly happened with the fight between Tengen and Gyutaro off screen. I mean,
I'm guessing we might see some of that in the next episode. That they might show that in there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the episode just was pretty fast paced, which unfortunately made the episode just go by really quickly because of that. But it was like it was still a great episode with the animation style still being consistent as it is. I mean, I'm glad it didn't go. They didn't downgrade the animation quality from the last episode.
Nah, Ufotable usually is pretty consistent with their animation, I would say. So I didn't really expect them to. So I like that this one is just pretty much consistent in terms of its quality, honestly. Like, but yeah, it seems like we've only got a couple episodes left at this point. So I mean, I guess it makes sense that the stakes have gotten really high, and some things like that happened at the end of this episode. So like I said, I'm really curious as to know like how Inosuke is gonna could possibly recover from what happened to him, and also Tengen as well. So I don't know, like I don't know if we know of any character that could maybe like concoct some kind of an antidote or something that could help them out. Unless they're like one of Tengen's wives might know how to do something like that, and we just don't know about that yet. That's the only thing I can figure. But I don't know.
I mean, you have to wonder how this season is going to end. I mean, is it going to end the similar fashion as Mugen Train did, or if somehow any of these guys are gonna at least try to get out of this whole situation.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that Tengen doesn't really end up suffering the same kind of fate as um, yeah, I don't know. I keep forgetting.
As Rengoku
Yeah,
did.
Rengoku and Mugen Train. I mean, it would kind of like, I mean, because of course, after Mugen Train happened, like Tanjiro is does not want to let another person die like that. So it would kind of suck if Tengen, of course, ends up kind of suffering the same fate as him. So I mean, I don't know. I kind of doubt it. I don't know. I don't think that this series is necessarily gonna get that dark where like Tanjiro just there's some tragic death that Tanjiro just couldn't prevent again. So hopefully that's not how it happens. But I guess we'll just have to see. But yeah, like Spade said, it was a pretty the episode went by really quick, mostly just because it was pretty much just a continuation of this huge fight scene that's been happening for honestly past couple episodes now, or 2 or 3 episodes it seems like. But it's been really good. It's been entertaining at least. And the animation, of course, has just been incredible. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say about the episode. I don't know if you have anything else to say about it.
No, it was really fun from start to finish. I mean, Ufotable was really going all out, trying to finish the season off with a bang.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of a shame that that there isn't another core after this until they make another announcement.
I am kind of hoping we get a tease of something of a continuation by the end of this season at least, or maybe like an announcement that there's going to be more.
Yeah, I mean, considering that the manga is already done, I mean, there shouldn't be any reason for them to, not to do anything else, unless the next season is going to be a movie, and then we'll have to wait another couple of years for another season to come by again.
It's possible, but I guess it depends on how short the arc is, the next arc they go into after this one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that all being said, until next Sunday, we will see you all later.